Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early January 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, my friends, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Libras. I hope you're all doing well. I'm sure you are, though, right? Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. Let's go. And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get this first card out here. What's up with Libra here? Early January. We're just starting the new year real quick. Yeah, so there is something you might be wanting to go get. You might have your eyes to the future. This is extremely motivated, and I love this card to start us off, right? Very similar to the Chariot. So before we start peeling back the layers on that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But into the reading, enough of the promo, have a look at this lovely card. So you see this strong feminine figure, there's a boat, there's birds, there's various things, they're all shooting off in one direction. So this does speak about action, change, going to get something. This is very motivated and movement based to me. So that's good. There could be something stoking a fire within you, or there is a result or something you were wanting to get. Stop at nothing type of energy. It's fiery, it's burning hot. So a lot of you might need to know that wand energy could be around you, which could be good, it could be rough, right? You might be a little upset at somebody, or someone might tick you off. But I do feel mainly this is a big card of looking at the future, identifying what you want, and going to get it. Or you might just be in a big time of flux and change. That could absolutely be part of it as well. There's a lot of little undertones to that card, but let's get into tarot. I always say with that first one, it doesn't make or break the reading, it's just a footnote. But yeah, I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness. So what's going on with Libra? I'm using the Smith Tiny Tarot. I've been having a blast with it. These characters are so damn cute. They really are. Little pop figures. What's going on with Libra? So, last week was a very nice and welcome change, Libra. The reading was titled Big Win Incoming, which was a lovely energy. Because I will say this, for the weeks leading up to it, there was some diciness. There was a little bit of rough energy, like pretty much in consecutive weeks. So I love when we get that break and get back to the optimism, right? So we're going to hope to keep that going for you. Hope everything's going well. But let's get these 3 cards out here for you, my friends. But yeah, the energy last week was different in a very, very positive way. So we do have the 3 of Wands in position number 1 here, which could be interesting. There could be something you're creating or waiting on as well, right? This could be somebody in a holding pattern, a waiting pattern. So I do like this. Let's get 2 more out here. That's a big, big card of creation. We have a card that represents you. We have the Queen of Swords, and another card popped out with it. We got Judgment. That is a very, very deep card. So we have an interesting play of energy here. When I'm looking at this energetic forecast, yeah, it could be serious and stern as well, but it's like analyzing, looking at something, dissecting the details, getting into Queen of Swords mode, then making a move, taking an action with Judgment on the back end. But let's go through, I'll go through these classical meanings and archetypes real quick before we get the juicy stuff. Position number 1, the 3 of Wands, like I was mentioning a little earlier, could be somebody in a holding pattern, a waiting pattern. You might be going through certain things where you're like, let's wait and see. Let's see how this shakes out. It might turn out better than I think. Or this is a big card of manifestation as well, creating what you want. So just know in this time, good, bad, or indifferent, your powers of creation are extra amped up with the 3 of Wands. There are undertones of planning. This could represent travel, situations where distance is involved, of course. But those ships are right on the horizon, right? Very interesting tie-in to what we had with the Oracle card. So there could be something coming in for you as well. It's not quite as strategic as the 2 of Wands, but something could be coming your way with how this energy is lining up. Now, in the center, we have the Queen of Swords in a Libra reading, specifically in my simplistic style. When we clarify it, it could be just something that tells us, how you might be feeling, or something that could be coming to you in the upcoming time frame. This could represent another air sign. Doesn't matter, male or female or anything in between. When we get the Queen of Swords, it is an older feminine energy as well. So this could be an older female in your life. But when I see her, she is very no nonsense, no BS, stern, truthful, honest, all that stuff. Now, all cards have the double-edged sword where there's positivity. There's also rougher things. The rougher side of the Queen of Swords could be somebody that's a little bit heartless, somebody that's a little bit cold, uncaring, okay? Like someone throwing the cold shoulder. Someone that can break down another with their words. So hopefully you're not doing that in this time. But she is also somebody that just keeps it real honest and stern, right? Like this is a no BS, no games, no nonsense type of energy. And when we see her, she could be a signifier or a signal of serious things, whether it's serious situations, issues, we'll just have to see. Moving to the very back end, we have judgment. Now, for some of you, there could be literal judgments happening right now, making a literal judgment call, a literal decision. Analysis. So like I was saying with this Three of Wands, a lot of you could be like weighing something, weighing the options, weighing the goods and bads. But to me, this is one of the more transformative change-based cards as well. It's Plutonian in nature. So yeah, you could literally be making a choice or a decision, weighing things. This could be a karmic card as well. So we could be talking about karmic lessons, karmic cycles, warnings about karma in general. But to me, this is extremely change-based and transformative, very, very powerful energy. So I love how this is lining up, right? Like it doesn't feel bad. We need to dive deeper. So let's do that, Libra. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, so let's get a good shuffle here from my lovely Libras. Don't you love this deck? You see how these characters have those big old eyes? I think it's so adorable. Promise, I'm not sponsoring them. Or they're not sponsoring me. Shuffle it up. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. What's going on that Three of Wands? And as always, if you're a tarot reader yourself or you're just trying to learn, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Libra, you can drop it down in the comments. I don't mind, and you won't be stepping on my toes. All right, Three of Wands. Why is this Three of Wands here? The deck is being specific now. I like that. Okay, so you got double threes here. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. You might be just waiting on something to calm down or to not like hurt so bad or not bother you as much. It is a very healing type of energy. It's feeling very slow and steady. I was picking this up in other air sign readings this week as well. But when we get the Three of Swords, I like to see it in the reverse. Also want to say, when we have a karmic angelic card and then repeating numbers in the same spread, Spirit might be trying to send you signs, synchronicities, number signs. You might be seeing them more than usual, dreams, stuff like that. But the Three of Wands with the Three of Swords in reverse, you might be waiting for the sting to wear off of something. Okay, like, you know what, I'm just going to wait for this to calm down a little bit before I decide on that. Or another portion of you might just be manifesting better times, right? And that is something most people commonly do. We all strive and want and yearn for better. And a lot of you, that could be taking up a big portion of your mind and your intention in this time is, what do I really want? What is the outcome I really want here? Like, that could be a big thing. So we're picking up a lot of things here, Libra. I want to see how the rest of it plays out. So we'll talk about that more during the recap, because I know I gave like 3 or 4 different messages there. Don't want to muddy it up, I promise. But let's go in on this Queen of Swords. So why is this Queen of Swords? Hopefully you haven't gone through anything too rough recently. But last week's reading was nice. Where's the Queen of Swords here? Thank you. Four of Swords. Yeah, I'm in no rush at all. That's the type of energy, which I would say is good. Okay, we have the Four of Swords in the upright underneath this Queen of Swords. I don't feel you guys rushing about anything in this time. Like, if you do feel like you need to make a choice or a decision, Spirit might be telling you, okay, take all the time you need, take all the time you want. This is not rushed. It's not movable. And it does have that stern, if you are making a choice or a decision right now, it might be like final, like this is my final choice, final decision, final judgment call. So a lot of you might be taking your time weighing something because you know the finality of it. That's like a vibe I'm picking up here. Do with that what you will, my friends. Of course, that could be how someone else is feeling as well. A lot of you might need some rest and recuperation. That's another thing I was picking up in the beginning, the healing. The Four of Swords in the upright is a very healing card as well. So a lot of you might just be in that mode where you need a break, you need a rest. So those are the main messages I'm picking up here. Either final judgment calls, making a final decision or choice, or just needing some healing. We all could use some healing, especially with what I was seeing in the beginning. Really want to get to judgment though. So let's put our lovely queen down right here. Okay, let's go in on judgment, see what Spirit has for you with judgment. Okay, I'm trying to keep them as straightened out as possible here. It's not as easy as it looks. So wise judgment here for Libra. Then we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow card. Wise judgment here. Thank you. Wow. Everything is just going to turn out in your favor here. Okay, this is a massive victory. This is something great. The Ten of Cups is everything. Okay, and more of that energy we were picking up last week is showing up once again. This could be a huge focus on the home, the family unit, those that you surround yourself with in an emotionally fulfilling type of way. I do feel like in the end, you are going to make the right choices, right decisions, and this is happiness in the end. So for a lot of you, even if you're going through a trying time, even if you're going through a healing time right now, this is a massive victory in the end. Whether this is karmic payback from Spirit, like hitting you with a karmic reward, whatever it might be, this is the right choice. This is the right path, and I do believe most of you will make it here. But the main vibe I'm picking up with the change base of judgment and the Ten of Cups, it's making the right move. Okay, making the right move for you and those around you. This is a beautiful type of energy here. Once again, massive victory. So just like the energy we were picking up last week, it's showing up here double. So let's go through and do a quick recap. I mean, I know I'm keeping this one simple, but it feels very simple to me. But let's go through before we get into the shadow card, because I really, really love how this one ended. I really do, Libra. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we got double threes popping off right here. We have the Three of Wands with the Three of Swords in reverse. Some of you might just be waiting for the sting to leave in regards to something. The choice, the decision, there's a lot of weighing options, weighing things in this spread overall here. A lot to think about, but there's a huge healing energy as well that shouldn't be rushed, and I feel that as we move further over. But the 3-on-3, watch out for signs, synchronicities from Spirit, of course, but a lot of you, yeah, you might just be waiting for something to settle down, mellow down. Moving to the center, we have the Queen of Swords with the Four of Swords in the upright. Really grappling with something, and the finality of it could be a big portion here. Like, I'm catching final decision, final choice, like that's it. So a lot of you could have big things that you're deciding or planning out that have a lot of finality to it. Or, once again, this healing energy showing up again. A lot of you might need to rest, relax, recuperate, heal from something. And we could all use that. But the first two sections is Spirit saying like, hey, you need some sort of healing here. Stat. The back end, though, we have judgment, the change, the action with the Ten of Cups in the upright. So yes, family, home, all that beautiful stuff. You see the rainbow. It's a lovely ending to this spread. I feel like whatever choices or decisions you make, you will make the right ones. And this is happiness in the end. This is a massive victory. It doesn't matter if it comes tonight, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. This is Spirit saying like whatever path you are choosing, the vast majority of you will make the right move here. Big victory. So please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you one shadow card here. Beautiful way to end that reading. With all the number signs, it just feels really good, Libra. It feels like energetically you might be turning a corner, which I was picking up last week as well. But let's get a shadow card here for you, my friends. What do we got in the shadows for Libra? And I'm using the Shadowland Tarot for this portion, for anybody that's new here. It's not quite as cute and bubbly as this other deck, but it does the trick, right? It's very introspective. So what's in the shadows? Okay, Tower. Yeah, this is a Tower moment that really could have left a mark on you, and that's fine, especially with all the healing that we're picking up in this spread. How you deal with the unexpected, how you deal with Towers, Spirit might be asking you to really shine a light on that. It's upheavals, right? It could be hitting the reset button on something and building from the ground up. That could be a big thing we're seeing here in the shadows. But when things like this show up in the shadows, it it's something unresolved. Okay, whether this tower recently happened, whether it happened years ago, there's some sort of energy from this shakeup, this surprise, whatever it might be, that is still lingering under the surface that you might need to shed some light on to make some real progress. Okay. The tower doesn't always have to be bad, but when we see it in the shadows, it's one that's lingering, okay? So Libra, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the January subscriber surprise. For the January subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, adorable Smith Tiny Tarot. This is the deck I used in this week's readings. So if you'd like to get your hands on this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments which one of the cards from this week's readings you thought was most adorable. Which one do you like the best? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll announce the winners in my community tab at random. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.